Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful pleated sleeves. So let's get into the video. And to make that pleated sleeve, first you're going to cut your armhole like this, and after making the armhole I'm going to cut a cross piece. Cross piece is nothing but the cross grain of the fabric, and you can see this is the straight fabric you're going to cut in a cross. So let me mark that first so that you can see where I'm cutting the fabric into. Okay, so as I have marked in a cross way, I'm going to cut on the exact line that I've crossed. So this is called as a cross piece or a bias strip. Okay, to finish off the armhole I'm going to join all the strips like this, and I'll be joining that to my armhole. Okay, so now I have three strips of bias fabric, and I'm going to join all the strips together to make a long bias strip fabric. And this is a straight fabric. I have folded the fabric in half, and I'll be making a small pleats like this to attach that to my armhole. And you can see while sewing I show you how to make the pleats. So it's a 3-inch width fabric. I have folded that in half. So first I'm going to join the shoulders together, the front and the back part of the shoulders. Start with some back stitch and end with some back stitch. And once it's done, open the shoulder like this. And now I'm going to attach this bias strip on the pre side of the fabric. Fold the bias strip in half and place the bias strip on the exact starting point, and you're going to sew on top of that like such, leaving some seam allowance. Okay, so your bias strip gives you a nice and neat turn and finish off the sleeves in a very beautiful way. So if you're planning to wear a sleeveless top or sleeveless blouse, you can try this method to finish off the sleeves. So without the sleeveless, you can try this to give the armhole a nice and neat look. So once after sewing this bias strip to your armhole, all you're going to do is you're going to add some notches to this and open the bias strip, and you're going to sew on the bias strip, on not on the fabric. That's your kurti fabric. So just flip that and you're going to sew on the bias strip. So the reason why we are putting a top stitch on the bias strip is you get a very neat finish. The turn would be really neat. So if you want to skip this step, you can just go ahead and you can iron this together. Just press that in an open way so that the bias strip will turn nice and neat. But sewing on top of the bias strip will give you a nice turn according to me. So this is the pretty side and this is the wrong side. All you're going to do is just fold the bias strip to the wrong side of the fabric, and you're going to sew that on top. Okay, make sure that the raw edges are concealed in. If you find some kind of raw edges out, make sure you tuck that everything in, and you're going to sew that in place. Okay, as you added some notches, for sure it will pop out. So if you find it difficult in sewing that, make sure that you trim the raw edge a little bit, and then you can fold the bias strip to the wrong side and you can sew it like this. Very simple and very easy to make, very trendy sleeves. Okay, so little by little I'm sewing that in, and you can see the neat finish. Okay, so just take a piece of fabric and fold that in half, and you're going to make a pleats on this. So before adding the pleats, make sure you sew the raw edges together, joining both the raw edges like this, so that while making the pleats you don't want the fabric to get opened. So I'm going to start the pleats from the one end of the fabric. Take a pin so that the pleats would be really neat. You can make a very easy pleat with the help of a pin. Okay, and I'm just sewing this. So I'm just taking a head pin or bell pin, whatever you call it as, and I'm sewing on top of that, making a small pleats. It's not like a 1 inch of pleats, it's less than an inch pleats. So this pleats is absolutely left up to you. If you want a little bit big pleats, you can add a little bit big pleats also. Okay, I'm taking a less than an inch pleats, and I'm just pleating that on my long strip of cross, or not a cross, it's a straight fabric. Okay, so little by little I'm going to finish off my pleating the fabric. So once it's done, all you're going to do is just make sure you open one or two pleats, and you're going to start by leaving 1 inch of your armhole, and you're going to sew on the exact line where you have sewn before. Okay, so just place the pleats underneath and you can sew that. So if you want, you can just overlock the pleats and then you can attach that to your fabric. That also gives you a very neat finish. Okay, so place that underneath, and little by little you're going to sew that in. So very simple and easy to make, even beginners can try this. And now I'm going to end. So while ending, also make sure that you leave some fabric opened before ending that. And now you can see this end result, and you can see how beautiful it is. So for each pleats on the top, I'm going to add some beads, a small white bead. So I'm going to add the bead from the first pleats. Okay, so this a very small bead, a white color bead. So I'm going to continue add the bead to the entire pleats, and I'm going to sew one by one like such. So on the exact folding of the pleats, you're going to add the beads. Okay, and you can see how beautiful it is. And this is the end result. It came out really beautiful, and I totally loved it. Very simple, neat and elegant, and hope you will try this. And this is the back side of the sleeves, and you can see that. And if you like this video, and if you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also don't forget to hit on the thumbs up button below. See you next time with a different kind of video. Till then, take care. Bye.